Kirk's assassination on September 10, 2025, at Utah Valley University, Turning Point USA has been flooded with more than 62,000 requests from high school and college students seeking to start a chapter. This quote is found in the Times of India education newspaper. Historically, youth have played an important role in defining and shaping their own public and political opinions. While in their younger years, youth are developing their identity as well as their viewpoints. In a modern perspective, young people are engaging politically in different ways, such as through social media and student organizations. Youth opinions are more likely to be diverse and modern, showing differences in education and growth. Overall, youth and their public and political opinions play a significant role in shaping the future of American success. Many people believe that youth should focus on factors of life that directly impact them, such as schooling, athletics, or even social life. Strengthening this point, some believe that youth lack critical thinking skills and maturity to be able to make an impact on public and political America. On the other hand, many believe that youth should be involved in politics as soon as possible in order to become educated and knowledgeable about different topics so they can be prepared for future elections and debates. An even more in-depth point of view along these same lines goes as far as saying that the legal age to vote should be lowered, which would encourage more youth to become politically active and engaged at a younger age. To begin with, youth can become educated about politics and public opinions so they are more prepared for upcoming instances requiring certain knowledge. For example, Jenna Rowan Delson, author of Youth in Politics, Why It's Important and Why You Should Get Involved, talks about how every political decision made can affect our daily lives. Knowing this would encourage youth to become more educated about politics so they can directly influence changes that will eventually affect them. On top of this, political leaders and influences can have a lasting impact on youth and their opinions by relating and speaking to them. Andrea Lawson, author of the article Beyond the Ballot, Young People Participate in Politics in Different Ways, expert says, examines the idea that youth exposure to politics can encourage participation and activism among young generations, eventually bridging the gap between them and real political power and decisions. This idea proves that with the help of political influences, youth can be better educated about core topics, overall sharpening their ideas and the future of America. One example of a lasting influence on the youth of America is Charlie Kirk. His influential movement, Turning Point USA, and communication with young people, Kirk became seen as a mentor and mobilizer among youth. For example, Charlie Kirk spoke at the Republican National Convention in July of 2024, directing some major points to the youth of America.
To all the Gen Zers watching this convention on TikTok right now, I have a message just for you. You don't have to stay poor. You don't have to accept being worse off than your parents. You don't have to feel aimless and unhappy. You don't have to support leaders who lied to you and took advantage of you for your vote. America's future is a series of choices. Our current state of slow motion national decline is a choice.
Youth are using more modern ways to become engaged in politics, such as social media and groups, to become more educated about modern issues, allowing their knowledge to become more relevant. Adina Marina Serban, author of Youth Political Participation, Understanding What We Already Know, examines the idea that younger generations feel more comfortable joining loose interest groups with flexible agendas, allowing them to form their own opinions and think for themselves instead of being pressured by outside sources in a negative way. Youth being involved in politics and public opinion strengthens the future of democracy and the nation in general. Charlie Kirk examines this idea in an interview by stating that by choosing to put Americans first, a change can be made and together we can save America. Because youth are the future of this country, their voices are a direct reflection of what will happen with America in the future. On top of this, young people bring many fresh perspectives to reinforce old ideas, as well as introducing modern solutions to modern issues, which would allow society to adapt at a more rapid pace. As youth have experienced life much differently than older generations, they are able to adapt decisions to what they see best for the large population. This allows the future of America to be shaped in a modern perspective. As youth will live throughout modern times, their influence will directly impact their future and the needs of the nation in the future, rather than current priorities. Contrary to older generations, youth must consider long term consequences of their decisions, both good and bad. Since youth will experience the effects of all decisions made, their participation and lasting influence is crucial to the future success of America. When youth become involved earlier on, they gain a better understanding of political processes, allowing them to better impact future decisions. By doing this, youth are better able to understand the ways government processes work, further deepening their knowledge of politics and important decisions. By gaining this understanding, youth are better able to advocate for change based on their personal opinions. Youth engagement creates stronger community bonds and social responsibility, better preparing them for the future. Youth engagement encourages generations to civically participate in America for the rest of their lives, shaping the decisions made both short and long term. This connection between involved youth creates bonds and social participation locally, creating stronger relationships between citizens of America. When civic and political education is introduced in the classroom, youth gain a better understanding of how they can participate in their local communities. As youth become involved earlier on, they will have a better understanding of real issues in the world, showing them how they will directly be affected by decisions. Youth engagement encourages positive attributes within communities and social aspects of life, improving life for both local and nationwide individuals. Youth engagement helps youth understand that their voice is heard and that their experiences are important and relevant in modern times. There are major decisions actively being made that will impact the future of this nation. Without being educated and involved, significant decisions will be made without the input of youth. Along with this, as time goes on, political polarization is rapidly increasing, dividing people and their views, which creates more issues within society. Furthermore, as modern tactics and media arise, untrue information is able to spread very quickly, which can impact people's views very fast, especially youth. If this issue is not properly resolved, important decisions will be made without the perspectives of future generations. This would cause important issues to youth to remain unrecognized. Along with this, political participation amongst all citizens will weaken, as it will become more habitual not to participate in politics and public opinions. Most of all, inequality in America will increase as certain voices go unheard, deepening the amount of polarization nationwide. There is no better time for all people, especially youth, to step forward and create a change. But it all starts with you and your voice. If a successful nation is in your sights as a future goal, getting involved and advocating for yourself and others is a great first step. As the youth of America, we can shape the future of this wonderful nation however we desire. The future of this country is in our hands. It is what we decide to do with it that will determine our success as a whole.